What's up, guys, and welcome to Chit Chat with Chastity. Take like 17. Alarms keep going off. People keep calling. I had to put my phone on airplane mode for a second. But definitely, first things first, thank you, each and every one of you, for continuing to show gratitude and show support and love. And honestly, I am just so grateful for each and every one of you. And I couldn't thank you enough for being a part of this journey with me to expand and grow with each and every one of you, because I hope that you see a little bit of yourself in me. And I don't know that everybody's looking to expand or grow right now, or if they're doing their finest or whatever the case may be. But I know for those of you that are listening in and tuning in and watching and learning, that you are expanding, you are infinite in all that you are doing, and you are amazing. And I just want you to know that you have so much power vested inside of you, and I can give you as many words, and I can share with you everything that I go through, all of the struggles, and I can cut corners for you and help you, elevate, motivate, whatever the case may be. But it all falls back down to you, and you remembering how amazing and how strong, resilient, and abundant that you are in this life today, right now, wherever you are, no matter your circumstance. Stand in your power and know that it is deep, deep within you, deep rooted within you. So today, we are going to talk about the 4 zones of life that lead to success. Now, I had so many ideas to talk about on today's episode, and hopefully I can get those small things kind of to intertwine here. So the 4 zones, right? The first zone is the comfort zone. And a lot of us are either stuck there right now, or we keep revolving back to the comfort zone. A lot of us step out of it and into the second zone, which I'll get to later, but we backtrack. Because the comfort zone, if you live in the comfort zone, you will die in the comfort zone. You will die in the comfort of all of the things that you never got to do. All of those things that you've always wanted to do. You stood in your comfortable place. You stood in the same thing that you always knew, and you didn't expand and you didn't grow, and eventually your time will expire there. And that's just the truth. So if you're not growing, you're dying. You think about a plant, you think about a seed in the ground, and if you plant it and nothing is sprouting days and days, weeks and weeks, months and months, your right is to assume that plant is dead. It never grew at all. It just stood there. And the seed is probably just sitting there because it never got its water. It was never nurtured, never got its sun. You have to feed it all of those things in order for it to grow. So, in the comfort zone, this is you're stopping the place of infinite possibilities, right? You're closing that out to your reality, and you're saying, you know what, I'm good where I'm at. Everything is great. Everything's fine. But if I asked you right now, is everything 100% amazing with you? You wouldn't want 1% of your life, something to be a little bit better or a little bit different. Anything. Your home situation, your car situation, anything. You think about that for yourself. But in the comfort zone, again, there are no possibilities. And what happens is, once you step out of this comfort zone, your stagnancy, the old way of doing things, that old version of you step into the second zone, which is fear, right? False evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Half the things that people are scared of, or the things that they tell you not to do, first of all, a lot of them have never even done it. They're like, yeah, don't go to that place because I heard a lot of things about it. Now you're making assumptions, and your assumptions lead to this guy and this guy thinking this thing, but really, none of these people have actually been there. They haven't actually done it. So they're false evidence. They heard about it on a talk show, or somebody else spoke about it, or they just so happened to walk into a conversation, and now all of a sudden they know everything about this thing. Oh yeah, this is bad because of this. I did some research, but I never went and tried it myself. Right? So go out. The thing here, this fear zone, right? You're in the unknown. And for a lot of us, the unknown is scary and uncomfortable. And what we have to do, the goal is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. For example, I'll give you a perfect one. Me doing this, me coming here to you every week and talking live and just really shooting at the mouth. Like, I don't script these things on purpose because I like it to be authentic and I like it to be real and I like to talk from the heart, whatever I'm talking about. And it took me being uncomfortable doing this repeatedly. So now I feel comfortable doing this. I could do this. I don't see why not. I've already done it. I've stepped out of that fear zone. I've stepped out of that comfort zone, first of all, and went into the fear zone. And fear expressed itself to me. And what was the scariest thing? What was the worst that could possibly happen? I look stupid on these videos? Like, okay, that's one person's opinion. A lot of people like, yeah, you look amazing. I'm like, man, I thought I looked crazy in this video, but I don't even go back and watch them, to be honest with you, because I don't like the way I look. And I have to start doing that so that I know what the heck I'm talking about for the next one. Like, I don't want to be repeating all this information every week, but, you know, and I hope I'm not doing that right now. But anyway, stepping out of this fear zone, right? Going into the fear head first, saying, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to write down, right? Get a pen and paper right now, whatever you're doing, even if you could write this in your phone on a notepad, and write down, what is it you fear? I saw this video actually, and they talked about, she said, I think I talked about this a little bit last week. To find your purpose, she said, sit down, go back, like meditate, and think about what would you do if you were not scared? If you had no fear in your heart and you could do anything in this world, what would it be? That's a scary question to ask, to think about all of your fears and be like, ooh, it's still scary in that moment. Just because you're writing it down doesn't mean that you're not scared still. But get those things out on paper. The more you see them, the more you start to realize them, and you're like, maybe this is not all that scary. I never went ice skating. Maybe it's not all that scary. Yeah, I'm going to fall. But everything falls apart. Everything falls to come back up, right? It's okay to get scratches and bumps and bruises along the way, because you can say, I experienced this. Yes, and for the next person who's scared and has fear in their heart, you can help them break that fear by saying, yeah, I did this. I went through this. And you know what? Just like you, I was scared at some point. I had fear in my heart. And overcoming it brought you to the next phase, or this next phase that we jump into. And before I leave off with the fear part, I want to remind you that misery loves company, because those people that see you stepping out of the comfort zone where they all are, that makes them uncomfortable. They're not comfortable with seeing people win all the time. And it sucks to say, but a lot of people are this way. They don't want to see somebody else leveling up. They don't want to see you winning before them. That's just how the world works. I mean, not all of us are like that, because I'm not like that. Honestly, I want everybody to win. I am here for it. Succeed, surpass me. Go make a YouTube channel and blow me out of the water. I love to see it. I want to see everybody win, but not everybody is that way. Remember that those people that you're keeping around, you need to be mindful. And I talk about this all the time. Be mindful of those energies that you're keeping surrounded by you. Those things that are happening in your life, remember that they fall down to your decisions and the decisions that you make. Go back to some of those crazy experiences you had and think about all the decisions that you made that day that led up to that last point. Because I assure you that majority of it, you decided and you didn't even know you were doing it. So this was also a good point as well. Your friends and family won't celebrate you until strangers celebrate you. And I love this because, and I'm not saying this stands for everybody, because I have a very supportive family at this, this time in my life, and everything is moving smoothly. But if I were to come at them and say, hey, like, I want to go be a magician and go, across the country and do magic tricks everywhere, they're probably going to be like, what? Like, you're going to magically disappear right now because that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. And they're not going to support it. But you have to know that there are strangers out there who love magic and would love to see it, and would be like, heck yeah, come to my city because you look amazing. And you know what? When those strangers start to celebrate me and I feel confident and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go and do magic all over the world. And I believe it in myself. And I broke through my comfort zone and I said, I'm going to do this. I took that leap of faith. I had that fear in my heart. I got through it. I got uncomfortable, and I got comfortable with being uncomfortable. And now I'm a magician that's traveling all over the world. I've mastered the art of magicianry, if that is even a thing. And now I'm a master magician. Okay? Step outside of that fear zone. Step out, and you're going to step into the next phase, right? Fear. Face everything and rise. Face everything and rise. So self-explanatory. I will repeat it one more time. Face everything and rise. There is no shadow without the darkness behind it. And I mean, when there's light being shed on something, if there's no backdrop of darkness, you're not going to know that there's light, because it needs to reflect off of that. And just like us in our real lives, you don't want your back against the wall. You want to put the wall against your back. Like, I'm good. I'm leaning against this because I'm not backed up in a corner and I'm not scared anymore, because I'm pushing forward and I'm moving and I'm elevating and I'm doing the things that I want to do. Time will either promote you or expose you. So those things that you want to do, make sure you're sticking to that. Again, this falls back into your decisions, you know? It's not your job to get your friends and your family to believe in you. You have to believe in you. This all starts with you. And remember that it ends with you. I'll leave it at that. Stepping into the third zone, the learning zone. And I love this zone because I am here right now. I am in the learning zone. I am literally just full on diving in, uncomfortable as hell, not knowing, you know, this business for me was super uncomfortable at first. I didn't know anything about it. I'm not, you know, yes, I can sell people drinks. I can sling at the bar. I can talk to people. I did real estate for just a very little bit in Jersey, and I'm, you know, working on getting it here. But I have been learning so much stepping out of my comfort zone. I do calls, I host calls for the team, I speak to people, I help elevate them, I help motivate them. You know, I'm learning trading, like a skill that I never ever thought in my life would be something I do. But when I saw the vision that everybody had, and I like this too, because I mentioned this to my team the other day, I saw their vision. Right? I saw their vision, and what happened was that I was living through everybody else's vision when I joined this business for a few months, and I'm like, yes, doing this, doing that. And then I started to realize that I was going back into the comfort zone area. And I'm like, why is this happening? Because I didn't see my own vision. I didn't see what it is that I wanted for this business, for my business to grow. I wasn't seeing any of that because I was so stuck on what everybody else was doing. And don't get me wrong, all of their visions play into my bigger role, right? What's going to happen for me at the end, all of their evolving and everything that they're doing around me is really elevating me every single day. Like I said, I want to see everybody win, and all of them winning is motivating me to win and forcing me to learn and really start indulging, finding my purpose. And I think that my purpose is helping others. I know that. I've been doing it for years and years and years already. For any of you that know me and know that if anybody's ever in any type of situation, I'm always there. I will try my best to be there in words and kindness. If I gotta fight for you, I will. But that's just the person that I am. So serve your purpose. Serve your purpose. And when you're in this learning zone and you're elevating, you are busting through things, having breakthroughs. You're like, whoa, thank God I stepped out of my comfort zone. And thank God I overcame those fears, because now I'm learning, I'm expanding. If you don't use it, you lose it. You know, this was very difficult for me as well to have to relearn. Like, I haven't been in school since 2011. That was my last year. This was 10 years ago. I haven't learned anything really since then, like besides slinging drinks, like I said, bartending and, you know, working in the restaurant, which was amazing. And that experience in itself, I feel like everybody should have, because the connections that you make and being able to talk to others and express yourself and being patient and kind, it teaches you so many things. But this is a whole different learning experience. There's books involved. There's actual, you know, research that has to be done. Like, I'm going to be a master trader and making 10K a day. Like, yeah, my goal is 1K, then it's going to be 10K, then it's going to be 100K. And it's all real. I'm seeing it be done in real time. I'm looking at people winning every day. And that's why I don't give up on the vision. I don't say, you know what? Yeah, I tried this. You know what? And this too. If you try it and it's not for you, sure, that's fine. But make sure that when you stop whatever it is that you started, ask yourself really why that is. Did you become lazy? Did you become uninterested? Did you become comfortable? Because you let yourself get a little bit comfortable in that zone and you didn't keep pushing. For me, I've been in this business for a few months, and at first I wasn't seeing the results I wanted, but I was like, no, I said that I'm going to do this. I made a choice and I'm going to stick to it because I can do this. I know that I can. It took me 3 tries to get my real estate license and not even take the state exam, just to take the freaking class because I was such a delinquent and I was doing all this crazy stuff and I wasn't sticking to my word. And I was doing all the comfortable shit that I like to do, and it made me uncomfortable to learn something that I had no idea about. And I was like, I'm not going to be the best at this because I'm not just talking myself out of it. So if you're doing that to yourself with something, if you got into it, I'm sure that you saw something. You saw a spark. You saw some sort of vision. And if you're not chasing it to go get it, don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. Get uncomfortable. Get in that fear zone and learn your way through it. All right? Learn your way through it. So then when you're serving your purpose, you are in the growth zone. This is where you're growing, you're expanding. You don't even feel uncomfortable anymore. Things are just coming to you. You're having breakthroughs. You're joining people. People are changing around you. The situations that happen around you are changing. The environment, the people that are coming into your life, that's changing. All of it starts to change and you're growing. You're expanding, you're growing your empire, your team is growing, your bank account is growing, your mindset is growing, your knowledge, everything is growing, elevating your soul, your spirituality, your meditation, your journaling, your morning routines, your habits. You are just pushing through all of those barriers and reaching your highest potential. And when you get to this point, he added this final zone, the 5th zone. And it was called the infinite zone, right? And it reads, you are doing all you can do and you have expanded and reached your goals, reached your highest potentials, spread your love and happiness. You are infinite and beyond. And I absolutely love that. I want to reach the infinite zone where now I'm going to roll off and speak into something really quickly before we end this, because this year, rolling into that infinite zone, my friend Mel Hernandez, she was reading to me apart from Think Like a Monk. And she read it to me and I literally was like, I need to share this with everybody, one, and I need to go buy the damn book. This was yesterday, by the way. So I went yesterday, rollerbladed. That's how I got this bad boy here. I didn't make a smart decision. I had been riding for like 3-4 hours and I'm like, yeah, I could do a cool little trick knowing that my body was tired. Bad decision. Bad result. Proof in the pudding right there for you. Okay, now this infinite zone that I'm talking about, I want to go over this because he talks about the monkey mind and the monk mind, right? And I love this. I shared this with my team last night and I read these off, right? A monkey mind, these are some of the traits of a person with a monkey mind. Overwhelmed by multiple branches, coasts in the passenger seat. I love that one. Coasts in the passenger seat. Complains, compares, criticizes, overthinks and procrastinates, distracted by small things, short-term gratification, demanding and entitled, changes on a whim, amplifies negatives and fears, self-centered and obsessed, multitasking, controlled by anger, worry, and fear, does whatever feels good, looks for pleasure, and looks for temporary fixes. I had to take a second because even reading it again for myself, I have some traits of the monkey mind. I can't lie, and I hope you're not lying to yourself, because you need to be 100% honest when it comes to really evolving and elevating. And if you struggle with these things, know that it's okay. We are human and it is okay to struggle, but you have to learn through those things and work to bettering them, right? So he compared it now to the monk mind, right? And again, I want you guys to know, like, it is okay to have those monkey mind qualities now, because you're going to share some of the monk qualities that I'm about to read, right? So the monk qualities are focused on the root of the issue, lives intentionally and consciously, compassionate, caring, collaborative, analyzes and articulates, disciplined, long-term gain, enthusiastic, determined, and patient. Commits to a mission, vision, or goal. works on breaking down negatives and fears. Self-care for service. Self-care for service. Single tasking, controls and engages energy wisely. Seeks self-control and mastery. Looks for meaning and looks for genuine solutions. Guys, if I didn't just touch on a lot of those things right now in the 4 zones of life, I don't know if you're listening, because truly we are here. A lot of us are sharing traits of the 2. And again, I am a culprit of that. I am right there. And I'm trying to shift into that new mindset, but me working through and getting out of that comfort zone and going into that fear zone and going into the learning zone and potentially, overall reaching that expansion zone. All of these things will come naturally, right? Because you're living more intentionally, you're living more consciously, because you're aware of your surroundings, you're asking yourself questions, you're checking in with yourself, you're compassionate, you're caring, you're collaborative, because you're expanding and you're meeting new people and you're inviting the energy that you want into your life. Those people that you want, that you always wanted, those friendships, those things, you'll get them when you start to reach out and expand. But your comfort zone is only going to give you those comfortable people that you're sitting with right now on the couch. All right? Know that you determine your results. Everything that you do, even you right now watching this video, because I'm sure for anybody who listened, there had to be something, even very minimal, that you learned. So in this book, and again, I haven't even really started reading it, but I love this because I just want to tell you a little bit about it. He goes, first, we will let go, stripping ourselves from the external influences, internal obstacles, and fear that holds us back. You can think of this as a cleansing that will make space for growth. Again, I recommend you guys grab this book. He goes through these 3 phases, and he's just kind of touching on it now. I'm not going to go into them. We'll do that another time. But the second one is we will grow. I will help you reshape your life so that you can make decisions with intention, purpose, and confidence, which is beautiful. Can't wait to read this. And finally, we will give, looking to the world beyond ourselves, expanding and sharing our senses of gratitude, and deepening our relationships. We will share our gifts and loves with others and discover the true joy and surprising benefit of service. Guys, serve your people, whoever they are in your life. If you have your friends and they're down and out and you're like, I can't deal with this right now. Like, if you're not filling up your cup and you don't have the energy to do it, fine, don't do it. But if you do, if you can take a second out of your day to make somebody's day better, I can't express to you enough how important and how different that may make somebody's situation. For many people who have even committed suicide and done things to harm themselves, if they might have just had one person, any one person, it could have been you, and you probably walked past them on the street you didn't even know, to do a nice thing, to smile at them, to say hey, and genuinely mean it. Don't half-ass it. If you're doing it, do it with intention. If you're saying, I'm going to give this guy a compliment, that's your intention. My intention is to give this guy a genuine compliment, something I like. Even if it's his shoelaces. Even if you like his eyelashes. Because guys have nice eyelashes. I don't know why, but they do. Anyway, I love you guys. Do me a favor. Go out there. Show somebody some kindness today. Whatever you do, go out, send a gratitude message. Send 5 of them out to 5 of your friends. That's my mission for you. Go out and send 5 gratitude messages to people that you love. If you're grateful for your mom, you're grateful for your dad, grateful for your dog. You could even write a note to your dog. I'll accept that. All right? I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Chit Chat with Chastity. I can't wait to see you next week. I love you, fam. Later.